We've all seen the videos, King Charles moving down a line, offering his hand in greeting, a gesture that's supposed to be routine and inclusive. He smiles, he nods, he shakes hands until he reaches a black person. Suddenly, the outstretched hand is left hanging, the moment frozen in time as the black attendee quietly withdraws their hand, unsure how to react. The handshake, a simple gesture of respect and acknowledgement, is withheld. What should have been a moment of connection becomes a moment of exclusion. Without missing a beat, he moves on, extending his hand to the next white person in line, as if nothing unusual has happened, as if the skipped handshake was just a minor oversight. But these aren't isolated incidents. The pattern repeats itself at different events, in different cities, with different people. The skipped handshake becomes a recurring theme. Each time, the message is clear. Some are included, others are not. The difference in treatment is visible, and it's impossible to ignore. You don't need to be an expert to see it. It's uncomfortable, public, and unmistakable. The tension in the air is palpable, and the crowd often reacts with awkward silence or uneasy glances. A handshake says, "I see you. We are equals." It's a universal symbol of mutual respect. When that gesture is denied, it sends the opposite message, one of exclusion and inequality. For those left hanging, it's humiliating, a public rejection that stings, especially in front of cameras and crowds. The pain is visible on their faces. They waited, offered respect, and were dismissed in a moment that echoes a painful, familiar feeling for many black and brown people: invisibility, being overlooked, being made to feel less than. It's not just a missed handshake. It's a reflection of a much larger systemic problem. These moments spark conversations about race, privilege, and the role of the monarchy in modern society. The monarchy is supposed to represent everyone, to be a symbol of unity and national identity. But these moments show who is truly seen and who is left out. The skipped handshake is a small act, but it speaks volumes about inclusion and exclusion. It's a silent signal that some people are not welcome in the same way as others. In a single silent moment, it creates a hierarchy, an unspoken ranking of who matters and who does not. For the person left out, it's a painful reminder of being deemed less than, of being made to feel invisible in a space where everyone is supposed to belong. These moments may be fleeting, but their impact is lasting. The memory lingers, and the hurt is not easily forgotten. They reinforce the idea that some people are not worthy of the same courtesy, that respect is conditional, not universal. The monarchy's gestures matter. They set the tone for the nation, shaping public attitudes and expectations about who belongs. When exclusion is performed so publicly, it cannot be ignored. The world is watching, and the message is broadcast far and wide. It's a symptom of a deeper issue that has haunted the monarchy for generations, a legacy of exclusion that continues to cast a shadow today. The skipped handshake is not just awkward, it's a symbol of systemic exclusion, a reminder that change is still needed. And it's time we talk about what it really means, not just for those skipped, but for all of us who believe in dignity, equality, and respect. As soon as these videos go viral, the excuses start pouring in from every direction. He was rushed. He didn't see them. People are quick to rationalize what they see, eager to explain away uncomfortable moments. It was just a mistake, they insist, as if that makes it all disappear. But how many times can the same mistake really happen before we start to question the pattern? We're asked to believe that a man trained for this role, who has spent decades in the public eye, is only clumsy with black people. That's a hard story to accept. These aren't isolated accidents. They're patterns, and patterns reveal something deeper: bias. Bias isn't always conscious. It's often a reflex, shaped by years of privilege and tradition, passed down through generations. The monarchy is built on hierarchy and exclusion, so should we really be surprised when its members reinforce those boundaries, even in subtle ways? These moments force us to look past the fairy tale and confront the uncomfortable flaws that have always existed beneath the surface. When powerful people repeatedly exclude a group, it's not just a personal failing, It's a sign of something institutional, something built into the system itself. Excusing the king is more than defending a person. It's excusing the entire system that allows this to happen. By making excuses, we become complicit, helping to maintain the status quo, whether we realize it or not. These skipped handshakes are not just awkward moments. They're symptoms of a deeper cultural blind spot rooted in centuries of history and power. And the consequences of these patterns reach far beyond a single moment in a crowd, shaping perceptions, reinforcing divisions, and echoing through society in ways we can't always see. Meghan Markle's arrival was hailed as a sign of a modern monarchy. But from the start, she was treated differently, vilified by the press, dissected for every move. Headlines were laced with racism, her actions scrutinized in ways others never faced. The palace, quick to defend others, stayed silent as Meghan was attacked. Even as concerns about her child's skin color surfaced, there was no public support. Meghan's pain was dismissed, her welcome was conditional. Her experience revealed a painful truth: you can marry the prince, but you may never truly belong. The institution wasn't ready for a woman like Meghan, and it showed. Contrast Meghan's treatment with Prince Andrew's. Despite his ties to Epstein and serious allegations, the palace shielded him. He kept his titles and privileges long after scandal broke. Meghan faced relentless abuse for trivialities. Andrew was protected despite real harm. The double standard is glaring. The outsider is expendable, the insider defended. The monarchy protects its own, even when they're in the wrong. It's a system built to preserve itself, not to serve justice. Prince Harry saw history repeating, his wife suffering as his mother once did. He chose to step away, not out of rebellion, but out of love and desperation. Leaving meant giving up everything he'd known: home, role, family ties. He tried to make it work, asked for help, but the system wouldn't change. So he chose his family over tradition. This wasn't a tantrum, it was breaking a cycle of pain. Harry put his family's well-being first, showing a kind of leadership the monarchy lacks. True duty is protecting loved ones, even at great personal cost. He chose humanity over hierarchy, love over protocol. In doing so, he exposed the coldness at the heart of the institution. Sometimes, real leadership means walking away. Meghan and Harry's story exposes the monarchy's unspoken rules. It claims unity, but enforces exclusivity. Belonging means total conformity. Meghan, independent and biracial, challenged the status quo just by being herself. Instead of embracing change, the institution saw her as a threat. She was punished for not fitting the mold. The monarchy isn't a meritocracy. You're born in, or you assimilate completely. Individuality is stifled to preserve the system. Harry and Meghan's clash with tradition shows what happens when modern reality meets ancient rules. The skipped handshakes are a visual symbol of this exclusion. The system creates insiders and outsiders, and the cost of being an outsider is high. It's a worldview that struggles to see everyone as equally human. Imagine if the monarchy had embraced Meghan as an opportunity, not a crisis. They could have supported her, condemned racism, and shown true leadership. Instead, they chose tradition and exclusion, losing two of their most dynamic members. Now Harry and Meghan are forging their own path, speaking out, building a foundation, connecting on their own terms. They're showing a new kind of service, unbound by outdated protocols. Their journey highlights what the monarchy squandered: a chance to modernize and connect. The institution is left talking to itself, while Harry and Meghan lead with purpose. Their story is a lesson in what could have been. The monarchy's loss is a missed opportunity for real change. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan are building something new, and the world is watching. The skipped handshakes, Meghan's treatment, Andrew's protection, Harry's departure, they're all connected, threads in a much larger tapestry. Each moment, each gesture, tells a story about the values at the heart of the monarchy. They reveal a monarchy built on hierarchy and exclusion, not equality. The walls are not just physical, they're cultural, emotional, and deeply entrenched. For all its talk of service, the system preserves power, not people. The rituals and ceremonies serve to maintain distance, not foster connection. When Charles skips a handshake, he's reinforcing unwritten rules of exclusion, reminding everyone of the invisible lines that separate the royals from the rest. Silence in the face of racism upholds the status quo, allowing old prejudices to persist unchallenged. Protecting Andrew shows who the system truly values and who it is willing to sacrifice to maintain its image. Harry and Meghan chose love, integrity, and their children's well-being over tradition. They stepped away from the spotlight to protect what mattered most. They wanted their kids to see leadership based on empathy, not empty ceremony, to grow up knowing that kindness is more important than protocol. True leadership is about connection, compassion, and courage, the willingness to stand up for what's right, even when it's difficult. It's about seeing the humanity in everyone, recognizing that every person deserves respect and dignity. Harry and Meghan chose those values, building a new legacy for their family. The monarchy, so far, has not. Its traditions keep it apart, locked in the past. The skipped handshake is just a symbol, but it reveals a profound failure of leadership and love, a missed opportunity to bridge the gap between power and people.
To all my amazing and curious Sussex family, thank you all for watching our videos, and do not forget to subscribe, like, and put a comment. Bye bye. See you in our next episode. Bye.